welcome to my YouTube channel, and in this video I'm going to teach you how to make perfectly looking custom poses. So I will teach you all things I've learned when I was practicing them. I feel like I reached a pretty good level, good enough to tell you all the secrets of how to make your custom pose looks more natural and impressive. Let's start from a little bit of theory. So, custom pose is a type of pose where you create your own pose out of the poses that exist in game by using maybe some NPCs, two Nikis, or some background items. So here is the custom pose made out of two Nikis and with some background items that I used to cover some parts. A few different types of custom poses. For example, a custom full body pose where you create your own body pose, custom hand pose where you create your own hand pose, and custom leg pose. Also, once I tried creating a custom head pose, but I didn't success at it. I will keep on trying and I will let you know on the recorder if I finally make this kind of pose. So there are three types of backgrounds most people use for custom poses. The black background, white background, and item background. So with first two it's quite simple, they're either white or black. And as for the third one, it's basically where you don't use a plain background but just hide some parts with maybe accessories or some flowers and basically just decorations. You hide the rest of Nikis or maybe some other things that help you to do custom pose with decorations around Niki. I don't really like this way of making custom poses because if you make it like this, you risk to overload it with some tiny details, so your custom pose will get lost in the amount of tiny decorations and it will not look as impressive as it could look on, for example, black or white background. As for choosing the background for your custom pose, for example, black or white, you should look what colors are dominating in your pose, dark colors or light colors. If your pose has dark colors, then make it on the white background. And if your pose has some light colors, for example, or shiny white hair or maybe something like this, then you'd better choose black background. As for this pose, I think it could look better if I've chosen some dark hair, maybe brown or black or any other color. But I was in a big hurry when I was making this pose, so I accidentally chose the wrong hair. I was like, okay, it will never hotlist anyway, but it hotlisted, and now I regret making it with white hair because, as you see, they're getting sort of lost on the white background. Now we're getting into a little bit more of theory now about the backgrounds. If I make a pose with black background, I usually use my default one from the Astro Guardian. It is quite dark and it is quite convenient in making dark backgrounds, especially black ones. As for the white backgrounds, I mostly use this one from the Windflower Snow Moon Hell event. It has just this perfectly white part in the middle, but it has a lot of foreground items that are forward Niki and other items you put on, so it's sometimes kind of hard to work with. But still, it is the best background in my opinion to make white background custom poses. Also, this one can be bought for diamonds. It's a little bit harder to work with because of those blue flowers or whatever it is, and those in this broken glass in the bottom. But still, it is pretty good as well. Now let's make a little bit of practice while making a little custom pose. I will give you some advice. So here is the outfit I'm going to use, and I am planning to custom her hand by adding, let me search it up, the Bobo suit hands, these ones. They are quite frequently used by other hotlisters to make custom hand pose, so if you don't have them, then that's sad. I don't think this event will come back again anymore. But okay. So let me make Niki smaller a little bit so we can put maybe some background around her and other things. So make the hand scale smaller. This outfit is white, so I am going to shuffle with black background. First of all, I will search up for an item that will help me cover the rest of the hand, and I used this guitar. I thought it would be useless when I got it, but then I was like, oh my god, it's so cool. Like here we have covered the part of the hand, and now the only thing that is left for us here is to maybe add some floor and make the background black. So as base, I will use my priceless graveyard. I will put it over there. Then we can try the swan as the background to make it perfectly black. So now we can go for this castle. All those items are free to play friendly, so you can get them without recharging. Like this. So here it is. Also, maybe we can add floor for her. Oh, be like this. She's dancing. Yeah, I am trying to make a dancer. And then we cover, no, not this one. Yeah, I would highly recommend collecting more plain colored items. For example, black or white or any other color. It will just save you if you suddenly decide to make custom poses. They are quite hard to work with sometimes. If you don't have enough black items or white items. I mean, white items are easier to get than black ones. Oh, also this has this perfectly black part, so it can also be used for covering the background. And let's add some Ursa suit parts just for flex, because I've spent quite a lot of diamonds on it and I am not just leaving it alone. It doesn't go here. I don't care. It will go here. I've spent a lot of diamonds. Oh, we can just use it as background, by the way. Like there. So we can use this item in another place. That is so hard sometimes. Let me see. If I remove this cage, we can try using this item like this, and then removing the cage, or we can put the cage in front of that item. Sorry, I'm just not having the scenery for this part. I don't know what to say, so I'm improvisating, and I might sound weird sometimes. Just don't judge me for this, okay? And now the only thing that is left is to add maybe some dark or light things. I like adding some fog on the background, maybe, or the foreground as you like. We can add it like this, or we can add it just on some background parts, or maybe we can do it also like this way, so it doesn't touch Nikki, but it covers the background. And maybe if you like some light, we can get the light from this item. It does not cost real money. It's from the pavilion, so you can get it. I think this pavilion, Rose Palace, will come back again, so you can get it. And yeah, as for the glitch, I know that not all devices support these glitches. Like on my current phone, it's much harder than on my previous. Oh yeah, here it is. On some phones, it is not supported at all. So if your phone does not support glitch, you cannot do it anyhow, then that's sad because this happens. Okay, here is what we made. A simple custom hand pose on the black background, and as you see, it looks quite cool and it has a plot. Most of my posters have it. And it is really nice. I think it's really nice for the pose that has been made on randomly without the series, without the plan, because I just literally figured out that I was out of group photo attempts. So here we go. And now let's try making the same pose on the white background so I can show you the difference. So here is, I made the same pose on the white background and it still looks nice, but I feel like on the black background it looks more impressive because of the contrast. But we all know that black background items are really hard and expensive to get, so if you don't have enough, you can just make it on the white background. Don't worry about this. But keep in mind that if you're making the pose on the white background, your dress, hair, and other parts of the suit should not be perfectly white. They should be maybe white but with some other colors on it, like bluish white, pinkish white, so it will not totally blend in with the background. If it does, then your pose will be hard to notice and it won't look so good. So do not forget about the importance of half transparent, transparent and cloudy items that will help you in blending the seams in your custom pose. For example, this free item, it was from the welfare suit that will come back in crafting. I use for blending on the black background, and the rest of the items shown here I use for blending on the white background. Also, I would personally recommend watching the custom poses other people do, and for example, veteran hot-listers who are really skilled at them. Look how they make those poses, what items they use to blend, what items they use for background, which in-game backgrounds they use for their custom poses. For example, if there is not enough black items to make a full custom background, what poses they use, how they use them, and stuff. Also, scrolling through the Talented People diary is quite inspiring, so you may find some useful poses for yourself or maybe some inspiration. Just don't forget to give credits if you are getting inspired by somebody's idea. As a small tip, I would say that if you want to focus on making custom poses, then you can save your diamonds, but do not skip the events that have useful custom pose materials. For example, poses that can be easily used for making custom pose posts, or maybe suits that have pure white or pure black items that would be also really useful for making them. Basically, that goes for any kind of stereo pose. For example, if you want to make nature pose, then do not skip suits that have useful nature items and so on. Trust me, another 2,000 or 3,000 diamonds spent on a useful item is much better than 5,000 diamonds saved and no useful events in your wardrobe. That was everything for today. I really hope this video was useful for both beginners and professionals. And I hope it helps you to understand how the custom poses work better, maybe find some inspiration. Yeah, I tried my best to put all the information I've learned from making custom poses in one video. It turned out quite long, but I hope it was worth watching. Also, tomorrow is Christmas, so Merry Christmas to everyone who celebrated. Goodbye!